Tzipi Livni. She's our member and a former Minister of Foreign Affairs of Israel to have her questions. Our screen is too big, to find Ms. Tzipi Livni. Yeah. Ms. Tzipi? If you can, you unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you. And yes, I'm unmuted, and I would like to express really, you gave quite an impressive and enlightening speech. And I would like to express also my hope that Israel and Afghanistan would have diplomatic relations with each other, and hopefully maybe this is the beginning of something. I would like to ask, I'm also part of international women's leaders asking or putting a question about the role of women in the negotiations within Afghanistan in the peace talks. Also, as the former chief negotiator for peace between Israel and the Palestinians, I can ensure and reiterate the importance of participation of women in peace talks, also in Afghanistan, not only. And the second question relates to future elections. And the question is, when this is the situation, do you really believe that you can achieve free and fair elections, and what are the demands that are needed from all the participants in the elections in order to accept the rules of democracy, in order to participate in democracy, and are there any demands that you are now talking about before election in order to have free and fair elections, the results also will get, or of course, the support of the people and the international community.
Well, thank you, Minister, for two excellent questions. Women are central. The women of Afghanistan, for the first time, convened a national gathering on peace. Our ambassadors, both to the United Nations and the United States, are women. Ministers in the cabinet, some of them I have the pleasure of sitting with me here. The new generation of women are not going to go back. It just is not going to happen. The problem with the Taliban is that they've not grown in the company of women. It's the fundamental, because from the age of 5 or 7, they went to madrasas alone with men. Afghan family culture is moderating. The power of the woman is immense. I'm sitting here because of my grandmother. She was educated, and she said that education is not for bargaining. If they become part of normal society, the discussion will change. So their role, there are 4 members, there are 4 women as part of the negotiating team, but the support structure of women behind them is immense. The Ministry of Women is now becoming a powerhouse, both for being a policy-making and implementation organization. And my other colleagues could speak a lot more. And they are the most active part of the citizenry today, because they know what's at stake. On the future, the first issue is where you begin. We begin from the end state, a sovereign, democratic, united, neutral, and connected Afghanistan. If we get agreement on the end state, the rest follows. If we don't get agreement on the end state, then it's not going to be the democratic path. So the people are going to have to make a choice. That choice is going to be coming upon us. The best foreign commentator on Afghanistan was a man called Mount Stuart Elphinstone, who visited us in 1803 and wrote a book in 1815. He said Afghanistan can either be run as a total dictatorship or a total democracy. We've tried dictatorship. The democratic pulse is very strong. But having said that, to accept the rules of the game, there must be a political compact. The negative power of the Taliban needs to be accounted for. Because last year, Madam Minister, we lost 18.6% of our GDP to their attacks. $1 billion out of a GDP of 20 billion. So we need to understand that society must negotiate. And our structure of local councils resulting in a national council is a formidable instrument for national debate. The council is organized, it gets to be elected now. And 52 committees, when people send, moderation dissents. Collective wisdom is very great. If elections are done on the basis of winner take all, it will not be stable. For us, I personally advocate the experience of Finland after World War I is a truly inspiring one. There needs to be an accommodation and for a duration, mechanisms of sharing, decision-making, so that the wounds of the last 42 years and the last 20 years can be healed. Healing is the most significant thing that this country needs. And for that, there has to be an open democratic debate for collective security. How much are you willing to agree, to think, to sharing resources, sharing authority? Key to the election is legitimacy. If we lose the right to elect the president of the republic, then you descend. You descend into chaos, because the first step then will be either a Trojan horse strategy or a Bolshevik coup strategy or others. So our goal is to look at just and sustainable peace. Just and sustainable peace requires a lot of hard work. And that means face-to-face interactions that we have not had hitherto. If the Taliban engage the full society, I think that the outcome will be different. I hope.